Here we have a knob from an old range that we're going to replicate today. We're going to make a two-piece mold today because we also want to capture the back where we have a recess where it attaches to the range. We're going to start out with a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch base of clay. This clay base will act as your first side of the mold while you pour the second half. You also want to pack clay in the back of the knob so that when we press it into the base, we get a nice secure seal between the base of clay and the knob. We're making our mold box out of corrugated plastic, where we can cut it to the size that we need. We'll take hot melt glue and seal it up to make sure that it retains all the silicone. I'm using this pencil to add a few locators inside of the clay so that when the silicone is poured in, so that the two halves of the mold register really nicely. We've mixed up some Alumilite high strength 2 silicone, which is great multi-purpose silicone for not only one-piece molds but two-piece molds. Pour the silicone slowly into the mold box to ensure you don't trap any air. Once the silicone is cured, pry the mold box away from the base and remove the clay base and the clay packed in the back of the knob. Although you do want to be careful not to break the seal between the knob and the silicone that we poured earlier. We need to apply 3 coats of Alumilite's rubber-to-rubber mold release. This will ensure that the two halves of the mold won't fuse together. After about 10 minutes we can mix up our second batch of high strength 2 and again slowly pour it into your mold box. Once the second half is cured, disassemble your mold box and remove your original. Reassemble the mold with a couple rubber bands and you're ready to cast your first replica. Here we're using the Amazing Casting Resin, which is a bright white product. Simply spread the top of the mold apart, pour in your resin, and release the mold and it'll go back into its original form. 7 to 10 minutes later, you can demold your newly replicated part. The Amazing Casting Resin can not only be dyed or titted, but you can also paint, sand, drill, or tap the cured material. If you have any questions about this or any other application, please give us a call at 1-800-447-9344.